Nebraska's governor is calling for the good life to get back to normal and has made a major COVID restriction announcement. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, during a media conference yesterday morning, Governor Pete Ricketts announced that Nebraska is discontinuing its directed health measures effective first thing Tuesday morning. Ricketts is also rescinding several executive orders that he had issued during the pandemic.
Those executive orders had to do with the regulations with regard to the Liquor Control Commission and allowing bars and restaurants to be able to do takeout alcohol that you may recall that we did. Also waiving regulations on the examinations for and audits for financial institutions, waiving regulations with regard to unemployment benefit eligibility, suspended certain regulations during short-time compensation plans, waived motor carrier regulations, and then also Department of Labor more flexibility for processing unemployment claims.
Additionally, Ricketts issued a new executive order to prohibit masks from being mandated in state office buildings. Under this order, state teammates who had been working remotely because of the pandemic will return to in-person work arrangements. Well, a 38-year-old California man has been arrested after photos and video of him breaking into a Gehring business went viral on social media. Jarvis Carswell of Roseville, California was arrested Friday evening after a burglary occurred in the early morning hours of May 21st at Sandy's Burrito. As the video and photos of the break-in circulated online, police received the call that the suspect was walking into Western Travel Terminal around 5:30 p.m. Gehring officers made contact with Carswell, who advised police he had been drifting across the country for about 2 years now, and this was his first time in Scottsbluff County. He told police he forced entry through the drive-through window and stole a cash register and its contents from inside the business. He was arraigned on a Class 2A felony charge of burglary on Monday afternoon in Scottsbluff County Court, with bond set at $50,000 at 10%. A June 1st preliminary hearing has been set. Well, coming up after the break, another round of severe weather could be in our forecast. Bill Bory breaks it all down right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
High Plains Auto Club presents the Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic Friday, June 18th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gehring Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, ice cream social. Saturday, June 19th, a parade, show and shine, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by KNEP, NBC, Nebraska, Scottsbluff, Nemnick Automotive, Dyno Tuning and Storage.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
All quiet across the weather front here across the region tonight. mostly sunny skies this evening. We'll transition into clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. And then we'll start to see a few more clouds around tomorrow. It's going to be an active day tomorrow with a period of strong storms. They're not going to be around long, and we do see a very pleasant week coming before things turn active again this weekend. Yesterday, 76 after a morning low of 39, right about where we should be this time of year. Nothing new in the rain gauge, still an inch above normal for the year. We'll be adding to that here soon. As we look at current temperatures, boy, you can see where that warmer air resides just off to the east of us, where there's low 80s for a big portion of Nebraska. Here closer to home, it's mostly mid and upper 70s, room temperature for a lot of folks. Winds are light out of the north, under 10 miles an hour. Lots to pay attention to tomorrow. We'll start off with the severe weather threat for today, and you can see that's shifted well to our and east. Tomorrow, though, system comes through the region. We're going to be dealing with a period of thunderstorms, first that are going to get started in the Nebraska Panhandle and eastern portions of Wyoming. The storms will fire early in the afternoon and shift to the south and east. Now, as you go further to the south and east, in this enhanced area that we've drawn here from the Storm Prediction Center, that's where the best threat of damaging winds are going to be as these storms move to the south and east. However, anywhere along this system, we could be dealing with damaging wind threats. We could be dealing with very large hail possible in some locations, as well as the possible threat of a couple of tornadoes. So we're going to have to stay tuned and keep everybody up to date on the weather for tomorrow. Again, we see a slight risk of tornadoes and large hail. Could see some very large hail out of it. And again, that enhanced area is where we expect the damaging wind threat to be the highest. Could see some training of storms as well, especially off to our east, giving us a threat of some isolated flooding. That severe threat shifts to the south and east of us for Thursday. So Futurecast looks like this. Tonight, it's quiet, clear, calm weather conditions, not much going on. We'll keep things quiet, and low temperatures going to fall down into the 40s and 50s, mostly 40s for all of us, a 50-degree reading there at Ogallala. Everywhere else in the mid-40s, another comfortable night tonight. Now, tomorrow we're going to start the day with mostly quiet conditions. We'll see partly cloudy skies. Now, as we get through the early afternoon hours, right about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we see storms quickly form and then press into a line and move off to the east. That's where we're going to see the most strong of the storms is here eastward. Isolated supercells are going to be possible tomorrow, capable of hail, winds, and even an isolated tornado. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow. And over the next 36 hours, precipit's going to be kind of scattered, heavier off to the east as those storms form into a line. But as we look at the longer range models, this is the European model showing a decent shot of some moderate rainfall as we go into the holiday weekend. Same situation for the American model, even some areas of heavy rain there in northern portions of Nebraska. So we do see an active weekend coming our way. 47 tonight with winds under 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow afternoon, strong to severe thunderstorms. It's going to be windy too tomorrow. Highs into the low 80s. And as we look at our 7-day forecast, Thursday things dry out, cool down about 10 degrees. We warm up. Friday may be the best day of the upcoming 4-day weekend if you want to extend it out to a 4-dayer. Friday's going to be a great day. Saturday, we bring in some thunderstorm chances late in the day. Saturday, probably the nicest day of the holiday weekend for sure, as we cool things back into the 60s and bring in showers and thunderstorm chances starting Saturday night and continuing all the way through Tuesday.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
We have all learned lately that our homes are our sanctuaries. And at Renewal by Andersen, many people invest in our windows to keep out the bitter cold. But they're often thrilled when it's blazing hot outside and their Renewal by Andersen windows are keeping their homes so cool, with much lower utility bills. Renewal by Andersen windows make life at home so much more comfortable, whether it's 10 degrees below zero or 100. We can't control outside, but we sure can inside. Invest in your home now with Renewal by Andersen. You'll be glad you did.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. The chair of the legislature's Appropriation Committee took a moment out of final reading debate on Friday to congratulate colleagues on their fiscal restraint this session. Senator John Stinner of Gering noted that with approved appropriation bills this session, lawmakers have been able to keep an increase in state spending to just about 2% for the biennium.
We also are leaving about $25 million as carryover, so we left some money in that checkbook. And I think you should be congratulated on that as well. I also want to congratulate the Revenue Committee and the chairman of the Revenue Committee strategically putting together some tax strategies, both from Social Security, military pay, as well as corporate taxes.
Stinner also noted lawmakers have solidified the state's fiscal posture by fully funding pension plans, as well as restoring the Rainy Day Reserve Fund to over $800 million. Well, the Alliance Nutrition site will be opening its doors starting tomorrow to serve lunch for the elderly. Those attending will be asked to show staff their vaccination card upon entry, and for those who do not wish to do so or have not been vaccinated, they will be required to wear a mask when away from their table and will be required to maintain 6-foot distance from all vaccinated patrons. The Alliance Senior Center will be opening full-time to the public on the activities side on Wednesday as well, starting at 8 a.m. The nutrition side will only be open during the lunch hour. And state transportation and law enforcement agencies from Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming are all coming together to remind travelers to fasten their seatbelts. The State-to-State Buckle Up campaign wants both drivers and passengers to stay buckled up no matter what state they are in or how far they are traveling. The campaign coincides with the start of the national Click It or Ticket Seatbelt campaign. Well, coming up after the break, Chabella Guzman's in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
This year's W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payment. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scottsbluff, your volume discount dealer.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leith Heads.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
One of the early crops to go into the ground around here are the sugar beets. Jerry Darnell, Western Sugar Vice President of Ag for the South region, gave us an idea of how the crop is coming along.
We have just over 45,000 acres of sugar beets planted for the 2021 crop year. Everything is planted right now. We're about 95% emerged. We've had to replant about 800 acres due to different issues as the crop was emerging. We had some frost and then some crusting and too much rain at certain times, so it just a mix of things. Not a lot of replants, but we've had, like I said, just over 800 acres.
Darnell said the weekend rains were much needed.
It's a good help to the crop because we just don't have to irrigate, and it allows that crop to develop. What we're probably in the most need of is sunshine or heat units to get the crop to really respond.
Darnell said the sugar market is doing well, and Western Sugar's juice run of the beets is almost complete. He said the plant will be adding an additional piler this year.
Oh, we will be putting an additional piler in on the north pile ground just north of the main factory, so there'll be 7 pilers down the Scottsbluff yard. It'll just allow us to pile more tons here. So, I mean, hopefully this year we'll be close to having 600 to 700,000 tons piled here in Scottsbluff. So we're putting another piler in, hoping with the crop, we have another good crop, we'll get close to that 700,000.
Darnell said last year they piled more than 600,000 tons. Reporting for KNEB.TV News, I'm Chabella Guzman.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, are you brave enough to be bald? One local salon owner and her staff are, and made the move for a great cause. Tanya Boshi owns Indulgence Salon in Scottsbluff, and for the past few months, she and her staff have been cutting hair to be donated. But she and another employee have been growing out their hair for more than 2 years with sponsorships from local friends and family members, only to shave it all off and donate those pledges to the Festival of Hope. The two foundations they are helping are Children with Hair Loss and Wigs for Kids, and need a minimum of 8-inch hair donation from patrons. Boshi and her crew have been offering free haircuts to any locals who met this requirement and were willing to donate their hair. On Saturday, she went from working behind the chair to sitting in the chair to help with the mission.
And I'm going for it. I'm going to cut everything off, so I'm shaving my head. And we've been kind of planning this for 2 years, so I stopped coloring my hair and just started growing it so that I would be able to donate it. So.
Her stylist tied her hair into multiple ponytails, and about 20 minutes later, out came the clippers. Volunteers, including her son, took turns shaving off each strand, and after a little more than 5 minutes, it was just the finishing touches of a tight buzz cut. The monetary donation will be presented during this year's Festival of Hope, set for June 19th in Mitchell. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.